hey, 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 ooh, hey, 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 hey. I'm the ooh, hey, 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 hey.
Lab Boys!
Oh,
shit!
Welcome to the motherfucking Lab Boys podcast. This is episode 40.
40.
It's pretty dope that we even made it that far. E-Man, I'm gonna give a crack at this. What is that in Japanese?
Oh, snap! I don't know, man. It's Juyon.
You know what's funny? You don't know shit.
He didn't know.
No, he's not
beginning.
equipped for this.
He's not beginning.
man.
But welcome to the motherfucking Lab Boys
shit up.
podcast. This is episode 40. We thank you guys so much for checking us out and subscribing. Sorry we had to end our last one a little bit early. We ran out of memory space, but we really appreciate y'all rocking out with us. By the way, my name is Alwa Gordon. I rep that 88 over everything. That's everything, any day, any time of the month. I'm also here with
Your boy Costco K Sheezy. I got the executive Costco membership, but if you ain't down with Costco, then get down with Coca-Cola K Sheezy, baby, because Coca-Cola is great and on all levels it makes everybody happy.
Fuck
Let's
Pepsi.
get Coca-Cola for everybody.
Hey, Coca-Cola K Sean. I'm also here with my boy.
Oh, you already know that food days.
Hey, we got that full days. Check him out. He's also known as the ladies' man around this part. I don't know why. I just don't know why. Even why?
No, man.
Just cause. We thank you guys so much for checking us out. Krishan, when does this podcast start?
Shit, man. Hey, it's the same watch I said it on last time.
Is it?
Fucking
Double check that shit.
Nope. It starts right now.
Hey, Eman, I know you wanted to start us off tonight. What do you got?
Oh, snapperoo. Here we go.
Little snapbacks.
So I seen this online, right? I was
Okay. You were strolling
through the,
You was just browsing.
And then I seen, I think an article that said something about PETA. It said how they're trying to ban like sayings like "bring home the bacon."
I saw that. Yeah.
Or like stuff like that. Like, what do you guys?
Wait, hold on. Give me some context. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
So it's a way that you can speak, but you're not demeaning animals. When people say like stuff like "bring home the bacon,"
I thought that was funny as fuck.
I thought it was crazy. But instead of saying "bring home the bacon," you're like, provide for my family. Like
no, they were giving like certain. I can't.
Yeah, like ways you can translate it.
Wait, hold on. Am I supposed to be like? Are we supposed to be crazy sensitive right now?
Is that right?
I don't think so.
That's actually, dude.
Cause that shit is wow.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on, man. Hold on. Come on, man. Come on, man. No, it's just weird. Hold on. It's just weird, man. Like we supposed to be sensitive to the ears of the animals. Because they know what the fuck we talk. Because they know what the fuck we talk about. That pig know what the fuck I'm talking about. Fuck that pig, dude. No. Hey, honestly, man, for real.
What, dude? What you got?
Okay, we was getting a little buzz before this whole thing, but hey, I don't give a fuck, man. This pig don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So bring on the bacon. Bring on the bacon.
That's a lot of bacon.
That's what I think.
That's a lot of bacon.
That's what I think. Get your shit together.
So I do think that leads to really a bigger.
No, but yeah, that is a good question though. Like, how should we be sensitive?
Yeah, dude. I've been meaning to ask this question for a long time, and I'm not sure if it's maybe like in the past. Like, are we more sensitive now, or are we more aware?
I think that's where. That's a good.
Because there's a lot of things when you think about like the shit that happened with Kevin Hart, right? Like he's had to step down from the Oscars because of comments he made years ago.
So,
bro, I feel like a lot of the people that are saying all this shit, they're not even really affected by any of this, right?
Yeah.
They're just saying it because we're in a time where social media is prevalent. We can fucking make these sensitive comments,
buzzwords,
and dude, everything is like, it's just like when you see a picture of somebody that wants to go viral, right? And it's like, oh, my dad really wants this car, and he's been working his whole life. Like, spread this, and copy and paste this, and he'll get this car. It's like people will do anything to fucking go viral, and so people are making all this shit about sensitivity shit. Like, it's not. Come on, man.
It's episode 40.
Yeah, boy.
E-Man, do you think people are more sensitive now, or do you think we're more aware?
No, I think people are more sensitive, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't want to get into that.
Is that a good thing?
I'm getting into it. People are fucking sensitive as fuck.
He's cracking at it again.
Stupid.
He's swinging again. There we go.
No, but it's not even about the fucking issue. It's not even about the issue, bro.
What's it about?
No, because people are sensitive as fuck, but it's not. They're not really upset about it.
You're pretty upset right now, buddy.
Go ahead, baby.
It's the motherfucking Loud Boys podcast, episode 40. I think it's kind of a mix. I think that we're more aware now, and we're more sensitive towards people that have been like put down before, where it was like a normal. But I also think we're entering the era where, yeah, like you were saying, it's just really easy to like say stuff that gets a lot of attention or pops, right? So it's not, I don't really care about the issue. I just know that if we all talk shit about you, it'll like, you know, lift me up a little bit.
How do you guys feel about the whole Kevin Hart though? Like the whole thing. Like, do you think did he do right in stepping down? Should he have like gone through with it?
I think he could have apologized.
I don't even know what happened.
So Kevin Hart was supposed to host the Oscars, and then some homophobic tweets came out, from 2008, 2012.
Explain what the homophobic tweets.
I don't know specifically what he said, but like, you know, if I came home and I'm paraphrasing, so if I mess it up, but if I came home and I found my son playing with like Barbies or whatever, like I'd be like, no, that's gay, like don't do that or whatever, like shit like that. But essentially, he had the job at the Oscars. He was going to host. That resurfaced. He said, "Oh, I've already apologized."
And he had to step down because
he didn't.
of it?
They basically sent him a message and said, "You need to apologize." And he basically said, "I've already apologized for this in the past. This has came up." And he said, "You know, no harm, no foul. I'll just step away." Like,
ooh, do you think somebody was just trying to like get him off? And
No, because dude, honestly, man, it's like, dude, he made the comments, and if he apologized about
no,
it
but I'm
before-
saying about the person searching for all this shit, have it surface. You think they had like a goal, like they, you know, they maybe.
Well, because dude, I feel like people want, because I feel like it's not genuine. People have their agenda, right? So if Kevin Hart made these comments and he felt like he apologized about it before, it's, dude, you know what you mean, right? You know that you don't mean no harm. You know you don't mean no foul. So like, for someone to come up at you and be like, dude, apologize again. You need to make a public apology. You need to make this official statement. It's just like, dude, you don't even fucking care. You just want this for the fucking politics of the fucking industry. You know? Fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
so do you think the Academy, the Oscars, what was their, I guess, purpose behind telling him you need to apologize? Did they want an apology, or were they just trying to show him like, hey, you need to do what he wants to do?
I think the whole industry in Hollywood is fake.
Oh.
I honestly feel. No, it's fake.
Episode 40, boys.
No, it's
conspiracy.
Yo,
Let's go.
fake,
Let's go.
man.
Let's dive. Let's dive in there.
It's fake, man. You say something that makes other people upset, you're gonna have to fucking give an apology, and that's that. So I don't think it's real, man. I don't think it's real. They're not. It's not.
Oh,
genuine.
you don't think they're like genuine? With
It's
their
not genuine.
apologies and
No,
shit?
none of that shit is genuine, bro. When you have to release an official statement, it's not real. It's just because you need to satisfy other people's sensitivity
All
and
the time.
anger. And all this
Here's
shit.
the thing, though.
It's the masses. Whatever the masses are feeling, whether it's good, bad, whatever society feels, you have to satisfy that if you're in the industry. So that's what he had to do.
I think part of that is like, okay, if you make a mistake, part of it is being accountable for that mistake.
Yeah,
And
but
I feel
you
like
told me
he
He
apologized.
already-
He
he
did
already
apologize before, which is great. But let's say, I mean, I don't know how this works, but let's say you're reaching a new tier as far as your career or your stardom. Now other doors are open, and maybe they haven't heard that same apology that you gave to, you know, smaller venues or smaller clubs or whatever it was. And all they're asking for you is to, hey, you know, this is our demographic. There's some things that came out, and it's catching some buzz.
I feel like in life, you can find any narrative to fit the agenda that you want.
Okay.
Right? I feel like you can find any narrative, any statistic, anything that you want to fit that narrative. He made the fucking statement. He said he apologized. That's it. It doesn't matter on what level, on how many people it appealed to, on it doesn't matter. He fucking said what he said, and he fucking said he was sorry. That's it.
So you
Case
think-
closed. Message over.
So you
it's
think-
done.
you think
Why are you
he-
talking to me right
Should
now?
he still been able to host the Oscars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Hart,
yeah, yeah.
dude. Kevin Hart is a fucking
okay.
household name,
And
and
he's
everyone,
a comedian too, though.
dude.
It's just like,
dude,
man,
Kevin Hart is a fucking household name. Everyone knows Kevin Hart. It's Hart. Whack. Everyone knows it.
Not dope.
Everyone knows it, man. So like, dude, for For you to tell Kevin Hart to step down, or for him to feel like he has to step down because of that shit, that's stupid as fuck. So,
yeah. Comment down below what you guys think about Kevin Hart, and that's what it is. Kashawn, you got to get into something that I'm a little wary of. It seems like a wild card, although it's not. But Kashawn, what do you got cooking for me? It's the Loud Boys episode 40, by the way. We thank you guys so much for checking us out.
No, man. You know what? I had a deep conversation that I wanted to talk to you about, right?
Oh.
Hey, and you know what? And I'll be real with the Lab Boys. A lot of times, now that we've established this podcast, a lot of times we have conversations in real life now. I'm like, man, save it for the podcast because it's such a good conversation.
Okay.
But at the same time, I don't want to cross any lines. So,
Cliffhangers.
Don't cross some lines, though.
So, no, hold on. So, I know that I'm in a relationship. I've been in a relationship for 10 years, right? Yeah. E-Man's been in a relationship for even longer than that.
Come on,
right?
man. Come on, man.
Hold on.
10 years, bro. No,
Hold on, E-Man.
No,
hold on.
11 years.
So, I just wanted to ask you, right?
Oh,
Okay.
I know that you have been, you've been dating around, and it's like, what do you think what do you think has been holding you back from a long-term relationship at this age?
Okay, dope. So we talked about this off camera before,
Right.
but essentially,
Was that fun? Yeah.
that's cool. It's cool. No, but we talked about this off camera. But for me, it's just I'm in a place right now where I know that I have work that needs to be done outside of being in a relationship, and before I can contribute to a healthy relationship, I kind of just need to have my own space and focus on my personal growth.
So, okay.
Hey.
I think that was kind of half cookie cutter.
What?
I think it was kind of half cookie cutter, man.
You think it was kind of half?
What is it you think?
I also. Do you think that? No, hold on. I understand.
Let him have.
No, personal growth is good, man. Personal growth is fun.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But do you think that? What do you think that the issue is with women? Do you think that
As far
it's
as
hard finding at this age? Do you think it's hard finding a woman that can satisfy the things that you want in a long-term relationship? That's what I'm asking.
Not necessarily, no.
Do you think it's harder to look
I
for
think-
at this time? Because
Not at all. I think there's always people in your life or people that can come into your life that can satisfy everything you're looking for. So it's just at this point I don't necessarily want that in my life. And it's crazy. It's really the first time I've ever felt this in my life over the past couple months. All my life I've always wanted to be in a relationship, but just kind of personal growth. Found some stuff out by myself and trying to do things differently now.
that's cool, man.
Hey!
That's good, man.
It's motherfucking loud.
The Lab Boys.
Boys getting deep.
Get it, baby.
The Lab Boys.
I'm gonna jump into a music topic that I've been wanting to discuss here. So I don't know if you guys know who Jacquees is.
Jacquees.
So he's an R&B singer, and recently he's catching a lot of buzz because he does a lot of remixes.
Jacquees?
But no, he's a really good singer. I'll show you guys after the podcast. He posted a video and he said basically fuck all y'all, and then he goes, "I'm the king of R&B." He said he was the king of R&B. So I don't think he is.
So he crowned himself.
But I want to know.
He made it happen.
I want to know from you guys who's the king of R&B.
R&B.
You know what? The king of R&B definitely is, to me, bro, Chris Brown, man.
Chris Brown, okay.
Chris Brown is definitely, dude, he has made hits that fit the category of classic R&B, right?
Okay.
But then also just these fun pop records, and dude, he has fit the mold of the next, I feel like, Michael Jackson. Honestly, and I might get some flack for saying this, but he's even better. He's a better dancer than Michael Jackson, dude.
No, sorry, I can't go. I
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. When you're talking about
Chris Brown could never do the.
what are you talking?
Where he leans
This
over?
I could do that.
Do it. No.
No.
Okay, no,
hold on. Okay.
No.
Well, I know I can't do it. I know I can't do it. I know Chris Brown can do it. I know Breezy can do it. Man.
Breezy can do it.
No, hey, if we're talking about athletics, Chris Brown. Chris Brown can do a lot more than Michael Jackson in the athletic field, bro.
Okay, so who's the king of R&B, man?
Damn, bro. King of R&B. Yo.
Yeah, don't just say the shit because you can't figure out an answer.
No, because I'm trying
figure
to
it
think.
out.
Yo, is Nate Dogg? Nate Dogg, come on, Nate Dogg.
Ooh,
Nate Dogg, is it R&B?
I'll take it.
Nate
I'll take
Dogg,
it.
bro. Like,
Hey, dog.
I'll take
Rest
it.
in peace. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to me.
yo,
Didn't ask you to do that. Didn't ask you to do that. Stop it.
yo,
But yeah, I'll give Nate Dogg for R&B.
hell yeah. Then that's
Okay, hold on. You think Nate Dogg is better than Chris Brown in R&B?
What I'm saying is, I'll take
you,
it.
You judging on the dance?
I'll take it.
Come on,
I'm not.
I'll say that Nate Dogg could be in the category for R&B. He could. And if E-Man thinks he is the best, there you go. I personally think Usher is the king of
Oh,
R&B.
I was gonna say that.
But
I was like, no,
that's just kind of for me because Let It Burn and like, you know, he's dancing in like, in the rain. People don't dance in the rain anymore. Nobody dances in the rain.
Bro, you think Usher is a better artist than Chris Brown?
I think he's a better artist, yeah. Definitely. What you don't understand is that Usher is also the producer behind a lot of people. Like, he's the writer and...
I'm not talking... When we talk about the king of R&B,
Yep.
we're talking about
Who would I rather see?
performing,
Usher or Chris Brown?
performing.
Usher.
Yeah.
I'd rather see Usher.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Who would you
Yeah.
rather see, Usher or Chris Brown?
Chris Brown. I thought it was evident in the way that I was.
Yeah, you really... Let's
Yeah,
compare
it really
physicals.
was, though.
Look out here.
Let's
really
compare
was,
physicals. Comment down below who you think the king of R&B is. I definitely don't think it's Jacquees, but if he wants to call it out, I guess we'll give it to him. Who should we jump to? E-Man, I feel like we should go to you for a
I got a
topic.
random topic, dog. You know what I'm saying? I want to know craziest food you've ever ate in your life.
Fuck. Craziest food
Oh
I've
shit!
ever
Hey,
eaten in my
no, hold
life.
on. I'm gonna say some shit.
No.
I went to the Philippines.
Yeah.
Well, one of my best friends, Rafi Kano. Shout
Shout out to
out.
Rafi.
Shout out.
Dude, we went to the Philippines, dude, and I forgot what it's called, dude, but what they eat over there is it's an egg, but half of the egg is hatched.
Wow.
Already.
Is it a duck? It's probably a duck, no?
Not a doe. It's
Or a quail?
Fuck, I forgot what it's called. Hey, if y'all know, comment down below.
Hey,
but no,
comment.
it's an egg.
Yeah.
And it's a chicken, but it's a bird.
You
but
ate
it's
it?
half
You eat it
hatched.
raw like
I
that?
ate that shit.
You
I
ate-
ate it. I ate it.
Was it alive?
What you eat it with?
No, it wasn't a lot, bro. Come on, man.
Okay.
What you eat it
Where
with?
you think we at, man?
Kathmandu?
Why do my boys get so high, man?
What you eat it with, man?
Rice?
Just like that?
With rice. With rice. I'm an Asian, man.
It was good.
Hey,
It was bomb. It was
we eat
bomb.
everything with
With
rice,
rice.
man.
Man, my mouth's watering.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Hey, I do know what it
it
is.
is.
Shout out to Asians all across the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, hey, that was my shit. That's the weirdest shit I've ever eaten. That, by my standard, it's a damn chicken.
That is kind of weird.
Halfway.
Half-assed.
That's a Filipino
What
thing.
about
man.
you, Owa?
So I haven't really eaten that much like wild food. The most like weird thing that I've eaten is probably squid. Yeah,
I could think.
or, like tentacles and shit.
You remember eating
Bro, but
pigskin
no, but
at
think
my
of-
house? Coritos? I told you it was krill. From Gears of War.
Thanks, dude. Thanks for letting me know now.
Just tricking people.
No, you
just
already
tricking
knew.
us?
Yeah, I told you that day. You just don't remember.
You just tricking us
Wild
and
boy,
shit. You know we can call the cops and shit. You gave us some shit we don't even know.
Not you, this fool.
Oh.
And he knew what it was.
I wasn't even there.
You,
I knew what it was.
Yeah.
E-Man, what about you? What's the wildest food you ever eaten?
Yo, I gotta say, grasshoppers. Fool.
Ooh.
You know my grasshopper? What'd you say?
Grasshoppers, dog.
Okay, I thought you said grasshoppers.
Oh yeah, I said grasshoppers.
Okay, but it's grasshoppers. You said.
Yeah,
Alright.
grasshoppers.
Talk about it.
Yo, you put limon. Oh man, it's bomb. You know what I mean?
Just that?
Like limon chile, lime and chile, and salt.
I feel like no matter what accent you put it in, it's not good, man.
Yo,
These are grasshoppers.
Those
man.
3 things on anything, bomb.
When I said the shit about the chicken, it wasn't good. Like,
What? When?
oh, you got gangster right quick. Dude, did he get gangster? No, I didn't like
Just
it.
a little
man.
bit.
I didn't like it, man. But the grasshopper shit, I ain't feeling that. I wasn't feeling that.
Yeah.
I've had that before. I know what you're talking about. I am.
You didn't like it?
No, I didn't like it.
Yeah, I
man.
didn't really like it either.
Go ahead, man.
Grasshopper sounds kind of cool.
But it was bomb. I mean, well, I was hungry, so.
I don't know if you can stack on something like that. Krishan, before you jump into this Love Boys topic I got, what do you got, man?
You know what, dude? Hey, so I was watching a documentary, right?
Okay.
I was watching a documentary and it was about, dude, it was about sugar daddies and sugar babies.
Shit.
Right?
Sugar babies?
Shit.
Sugar daddies and sugar babies.
What are sugar babies?
Sugar babies are like the girls that give up themselves,
Gotcha,
sex,
gotcha,
and blah blah. So basically, the documentary was about this old dude, right?
Old documentary.
And I'm talking about here. I'm
I
gonna
think I've seen this.
Basically, the old dude was talking about how there's a website, he exchanges money, right? He basically told this young girl how he's gonna pay for all of her college, right? And all she had to do was fly around the world with him, have sex with him a little bit, a couple times, right? We'll go shopping together, and that's it. But he's gonna pay for it. And when they asked him about, dude, how is this different from prostitution? Right? Is this prostitution? He was like, no matter what, we're paying for sex at some point. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're with your girl. It doesn't matter if, no matter what, when you get sex, you're paying for sex.
It does matter,
bro. Hold on.
That's like a weird way to look at shit.
Hold on, I know. But let's make
Go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. That's one example of but here's my question. Here's my actual question. What makes an older man crave a younger girl?
I mean, should I just jump out and say it?
Go ahead.
Say it. Jump out and say it. Why aren't you already out here saying it?
So sleeping with someone that's younger, I mean, it's kind of like shit. What's a really good way to say it? It's like having a brand new car versus having a 10-year-old model.
Okay.
You probably want the brand new car.
I don't know, man. That ain't love.
Okay, but
This isn't love. We're talking about.
No, but
we're
okay,
talking,
hold
we're
on.
talking about old dude buying young chicks,
but,
yo.
but here's another thing. When I see an old man walking around with a young girl, right? Old man walking around with a young girl. Let's say 60 years old. He's walking around with a 21-year-old. And I see them all cuddled up.
That's insane.
I know in my head and in my heart, I know that that's not love. It's not an intimate.
That's not real.
It's not intimate.
What
It's
makes you
not
think it's
romantic.
not love, though?
Hold on, it's not romantic because I feel like there's an agenda for the younger girl. Obviously, anything is possible, but it's in my head. It's not possible, dude. But I also feel that if you're if you're 30 years old, right? If you're 30 years old and you have a young girl that's 21 years old, that's very possible. But what do you guys think about the age gap?
The age gap.
The age gap of an older man and a younger girl. Is there a certain threshold that you can reach where it's acceptable and it's okay? And
Not really. I feel
personally,
I feel
get personal. Man.
I just feel like 5 years either way.
Wow.
Just because maybe my dad, was 5 years older than my mom, and it's just like, that's where I draw the line, I guess. I don't know. But
Well, let's talk about like a 30-year-old man and a 20-year-old girl.
that's not right. When you can.
So what is
when
the?
you can- when you
how
can
do you
feel-
draw the line? This is what I'm asking. How do you draw the line between
Wait,
a
like,
significantly older man and a
personally, or what are you
significantly younger woman?
I'd probably say 21.
For,
You got to be able to go out and drink.
For a 30-year-old.
You gotta be
You're
out
talking
here.
30-year-old and 21-year-old.
Yeah, you got to be at least 21.
That's so 9 years.
Not necessarily 9 years. I think just in life, because then like you could have someone that's 60 with a 21-year-old. That shit happens.
What do you think that is, though?
Damn, that's wrong.
I mean, here's the thing,
I mean,
though. Like,
see, what do you think that is,
Yo,
though?
so love is love. Like, it could all be love.
Do you believe
but
in
if
love at
there's
that point?
Yeah, if it's love, you'll know if it's genuine love. You'll know is that person really with this person because they love him, or
I
do
mean,
they
because
just
that is
fit?
that is possible, dog.
Yeah,
like it's
man.
not.
I don't think-
it's
okay.
not just like.
You don't think that's possible?
No,
at
I don't
all.
think- hold on.
No, it is, dude.
I don't think it's impossible, but I also think so when I was watching this documentary, right? This guy knew what he wanted, right? He knew what he wanted. Of
course.
He's fucking paying the girl, right? He's like, dude, I just want sex with a young girl, and I want to be able to go around with a young girl, and everyone see me with this young girl. Right? The young girl has been like, dude, this guy's gonna pay for my college. There's a mutual exchange of something, right? This girl might think that she's in love with him, right? But I think she's more in love with the things that this guy can bring her.
Okay.
Right? That's what she's in love with. But she's not in love with him. She might think she is, but it's because what this guy represents. So when you're talking about an age gap that is that far, when you're talking about 20 years old and 50 and 60 years old, I think that definitely it's not real because you're thinking about what that man represents, and that's what I think.
So-
if we ask the girls in the audience, what y'all think?
So
I think that's what they think.
I want to say
Damn.
this. I do think a lot of women go through a phase where they date older men, because they're trying to make up for something they didn't have, or that's just something that they see as they want. But I think that even if they're misguided in their ways, if they believe in that love, it's something that they should.
Who are we to talk about?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, it's a path that you're going to have to go on, and you might learn from it. You might end up, falling for somebody. You might end up, being with them. Love is love, man. Yeah, that's a path.
That's it.
Hey, it's a motherfucking Lab Boys.
Lab Boys.
I kind of. It was pretty dope. I kind of had a Love Boys, but I'm not gonna go Love Boys after that. We're getting way too
Go
deep.
Love Boy. No, fuck it. Go Love Boy. Go. Hey, tell this man to go Love Boy.
Okay, so this is something I'm actually like kind of excited to talk to you guys about. And like you were saying earlier on the podcast, man, like we normally have these conversations outside of that. So I'm on Twitter. You guys know that a lot. And I really like it. But there's recently a lot of shit going on because Future posted that basically he was sleeping with a slut and he was thinking about Ciara, right? He posted that, I'm sorry. That was in one of his songs where he said, I was fucking on a slut, but I was thinking about you. He said that in a song, right? And the chick posted it. She's like, I can't believe he said that. And I commented back and I said, it's really in the wording. What he meant was, my life is incomplete without you, right? And like hella people were hitting me back like, you know what? Like, yeah. And it got me thinking like, dude, why do we have such a hard time actually articulating the way we feel about women? Right? Because it's so easy for us to say shit like that. But what we're really trying to say is...
You know what, though?
They ain't trying to look like no...
You know what, though? He might...
Hey.
Okay, at the same time... No, okay, E-Man brought up a good point. We not trying to look like no bitch. We not trying to look like a sucker. Hold on. At the same time, Future saying that, it's like he had to make himself kind of look dope. Right?
Yeah,
I was fucking on a slut, but I was really thinking about you. It's like the best of both worlds. I had to look like a player, but then
I don't see it like that.
What do you see it like?
I've definitely been in a situation where I was like smashing someone and I missed someone else. So I know like what that feeling is, and I don't think he was like trying to brag about it. That's what I'm saying is that I think we have a hard time explaining how we actually feel without what you're saying is like trying to look cool.
I don't honestly, man. I think the guys that are missing the females that they are missing, right? I know that I haven't had a hard time expressing that, right? If I miss the girl that I really want, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I chased my girlfriend for the longest time, right? And she didn't like me. So when I was in the beginning, so when I was talking about it, like, dude, I had no problem expressing it. I overexpressed it.
Okay, why do you think guys in general?
Because it's like what E-Man said. We don't want to look weak. You know what I mean? We don't want to look like no sucker, dude.
I didn't say that. We ain't trying to look like no bitch.
You look like a bitch saying that, man.
No, but it's true, man. I feel like that's,
Say it then.
Do you think like there's been a lot of missed opportunities because our pride stands in the way?
Nah.
No?
Nah. Not pride. I mean, are you talking like in general or just for me?
In general.
For me, it's not pride.
Okay.
For me, it's always been fear. Like,
Yay! It's a Lab Boys. Episode 40, we're getting deep. Now we're going there.
You went in. Have you ever missed an opportunity with a girl that you really wanted because of an insecurity or fear that you had?
Oh, hell yeah.
Talk about it, man.
Oh, I mean,
shit, man.
That's it. I'm not trying to go no. Come on, like. But yeah, like, definitely, I can relate.
Yeah, I feel it, man.
Shit.
You know what, man? You know what? One
here.
time, dude, this was a bold move, man. But I remember one time, I was like, dude, at this point, I was like in love with Vanessa, and I don't know if she was in love with me, but I was in love with Vanessa. And I think I wanted to like hang out with her one time, right? And I think she wanted to go. She just wanted to do something else with somebody that she previously talked to before, right? Okay. And I was so mad. Like, this was in the beginning, right? I was so mad. I was like, man, I gotta make a song, dude. I did it for hip hop, dude. No, not that. And I went and I made a song called "Because I Like You."
Ooh, that was a fire.
That's
track.
actually a really fire song.
A fire
Shout out to
track.
K-Sean for that
And
one.
basically, it was about like like, dude, all these things that I do, all these things that you get upset about, it's because I care about you, right? It's because I like it was a real cool way to justify
It was dope.
all
It was
my
dope.
inappropriate behavior.
Hella sensitive tunes.
But yeah, that's you know that's what my life is about. Man.
That's hella sweet.
I appreciate that, man.
Sean, that was a really, really sweet story, man.
I appreciate it, man.
That's so
Good,
much fun.
you know.
E-Man, what do you got for the people?
Yo, all right. So, as youngsters,
Youngsters.
here we go.
No youngins.
Did you guys ever get your ass whooped? It's my like.
Yeah.
I want to know, man, what you did. And what happened, dude? Like, how'd your ass get whooped?
I had a funny story, man. Okay, this was not. I wasn't like a youngster, but I was like what 20 something, and I remember, and I'm not gonna say no names because I gotta protect the names.
Get the story going though.
But all right, I was walking downstairs from the club. We was at the club, right, in Santa Cruz. We're at this place called Rosie Mechanic, right?
Hey.
I walked downstairs, and I literally saw my boy get punched in the head, dude. Just
Damn.
knocked in the head, and his hair just wiggled like. Ooh. I went downstairs, and dude, I learned that day when your boy already gets punched, don't say anything, just swing. Like I went down, I saw him get punched, and I went out. I was like, "What's up?" The guy just punched me, punched me right in the fucking mouth. I went down, I got back up, thinking that I hit him. I got back up, I was like, yeah. He hit me again.
Damn.
I went back down, and then my friends pulled me up like, yo, you're done, dude. You're done.
You're done, Zine.
You're out of here. You're out of here, bro. Get out of here, dude. And I remember when he punched me, he kept calling me Poppy. He kept calling me Poppy, but hitting me. Like,
gave
yo,
you the-
Poppy, yo,
you got me out here,
Poppy, dude. I didn't know what
Gave you the poppy fist.
Dude, imagine somebody that gets up after they get their ass beat and they're like, yeah, what's up? What's up now? You want more? You want more? That's exactly what I did, man. And dude, I got my ass beat. I can't, and I'm not gonna say no names, but that's what happened. And then you know what's funny? The guy that I saw that initially I came down to protect and saw him get punched in the head. He was like, man, you got your ass whooped. And I was like, bro, do you not remember why I came down there? And he's like, why? I'm like, you got your ass whooped. He's like,
Oh
"For
yeah,
real?
yeah. For the rest of the night,
For
denied it.
real?"
I remember
He
this.
was talking
actually.
shit to me.
For
And
the
I
rest
was
of the
like,
night,
and I was
denied
like, you got your ass beat. And he's like, fuck, I did. I did.
That was a wild looking night. I'm talking
You
about-
were there,
yeah, I was there. I was actually
Somebody
there.
there.
As soon as you told me that, I remember that.
Crazy.
Dude, E-Man, I thought you were talking about like when we were younger, like when we were kids.
That's what I said. That's what I
Hey,
meant.
whatever,
Hey,
man.
that was-
Hey, the story was good, though.
Yeah,
The story was
the
fire,
fine.
I can't remember exactly what I did as a kid. I mean, probably just being a wild kid. But I definitely got like my ass beat with what do you call that? A paddle.
Ooh.
Yeah,
With the paddle.
tough
Wait, from a. Oh, shit, man.
from my parents. Yeah.
Fuck, man. I definitely. No, hey, man. I'll back you up, man. Hey, we definitely got our ass beat with the paddle, man.
The paddle?
I definitely got the
got
Orchard
the paddle
Supply.
too?
No, I got this Orchard Supply paint stick. That was definitely the designated thing.
So your dad wasn't trying to paint.
No, you just like, no. Yeah. Paint on that ass, dude.
Yeah, I got some stuff around the house
No,
I
it
need to
wasn't
take care
even.
of.
Yeah, no, but you know what? No, my dad. No, dude, my dad was definitely like this.
Renovations,
No,
all
my
right.
dad was definitely like this, dude. Hold on. And here's another. Here, I'll tell another story, man.
Tell
I'll
us.
another
Come
story.
on, here we go.
Stories
Hold
about
on.
stories.
My dad
Stories
was.
galore.
This is what happened, man. My dad. If me and my little brother fought each other, right? If we fought each other, if we raised our hands
I'm
to each
in
other,
this.
my dad would be like, "Put your hand out with that stick. Put your hand out," and he would hit me in the hand, right? One time, I was beating the shit out of my brother, right? And my dad was like, "Oh, you want some of this?" And then after that, after I was beating the shit out of my brother, me and my brother, like literally, like we just joined forces, right? After that, after your dad's mad at you, you and your brother, like, all right, dude, we got each other's back, dude.
We gotta fight together.
We ran down the hall, dude. I ran down the hall. Dude, before my brother can get in the room, I still regret this to this day. I feel bad. But I got in the room and I closed the door before my brother got in. Dude, knocking on the door. Krishan, open the door, please. Open the door, please. Please. And then I heard my brother just get whooped.
Damn.
Whooped on the other side of the door, dude. On the other side of the door. My brother, and then after that, and then it got silent. And then I hear a and my brother and my dad was like, Krishan, open the door. And I'm like, no, hell no.
I see how
and then he's like, I just want to talk. Come on, no, you don't, dude. I prepped the window. I got out the window, dude. I got out of there, dude.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
But a disclaimer, my dad was the best dad in the world. I love you, Pop.
Like discipline, dog.
That was just some of the stories we had to deal with.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, so I kind of want to jump into some Love Boys if you guys
Jump
are
on it.
totally okay with that. It's not necessarily Love Boys, but it is a question. And something that I see a lot online is in this generation, we're starting to see kind of gender roles change, right? Because before it was the man went to work and the wife stayed at home, right? Like 1960s,
Right.
1970s. But now we're starting to see a huge change in the gender roles, right? So I guess my question is, do you guys think, and it seems like a popular theory, that women are becoming more like men? In all aspects. Also romantically.
Yeah.
Yeah?
But it's not like, you know what? It's not I don't mind it. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I don't care. Like, dude, I think a strong woman that goes out and works and makes money for herself and is independent, I think that makes a woman more attractive. I know there's some men out there.
Hold up. So a stay-at-home mom. Nah, that's not attractive.
No, I'm not saying.
Oh, come on, dog.
Hold on, man.
You the king of R&B. He's the king of R&B.
Talk to your boy. Talk to your boy.
Sing to me.
I honestly, I don't think that's wrong, man. I'm just saying, I am attracted to the woman that goes out and makes money and works and all that stuff. Dude, obviously I don't have kids, so I don't have my girl is not a stay-at-home mother. She never had the opportunity to be a stay-at-home mother, right? So maybe when that shit happens, I will be attracted to that too. But right now, like, I am attracted.
Huh? No, I'm just kidding.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of
here. This guy's off the lab list.
He's off the charts right now, dude. Nah, but I think it's sexy. Like, but dude, I also grew up in a house where my dad, he was the breadwinner, but my mom also went out and worked, and they both worked, and you know, she was independent. She did things for herself, so you know, you identify with the things that you see in your family.
a little on the side.
I feel that. Eamon, what do you think? Do you think women are becoming more like men? And I guess I was kind of asking in terms of like romantic.
I feel like Eman's old school though.
I feel like
Eman's old school a little bit.
Talk about it.
But maybe that's about just my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, I don't feel like I noticed it until right now that you're mentioning it, and it's like bringing stuff up.
Okay.
You know, like
So talk about it, baby.
what he was saying. You know, about how they're like being romantic and stuff. Like back when I was younger, I guess that was rare for the girl. It wasn't like you wouldn't see like a girl proposing or like,
oh, shit, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And now I feel like, yeah, it's more common. You know, it's more like I can picture a girl proposing. You know, getting home. And back then when I was younger, I don't feel like I could.
This man's on some cookie cutter shit.
No, I'm serious. Like, but what I was gonna say about that whole thing was like, do you guys think maybe this is something that's happening? Well, is this happening just here in the U.S.? And I'm thinking like maybe it has to do with the economy. Like now it's harder for just the dad to go out and work and the mom to stay home. So now they both have to go out to work because it's harder to sustain. I don't know. I'm just.
No,
I think in Western culture, it's just more prevalent for now the women to go out and be treated the same as how men were. You know, to be paid the same, to be going out and getting the same kind of jobs. That's dope. But what I think what the question was.
No,
right?
I know. I was just putting.
Here's my side question. My sidebar question.
You got a lot of questions.
No. Hold on.
Are we ever gonna answer any of them?
Yeah.
Are we? I'm just asking.
No, but
you can laugh and take all the time you want. But let's say you didn't have a girl, right? Let's say you didn't have a girl.
Let's say.
And the girl that you like, the girl that you were attracted to, comes up and be like, "E-man, do you want to marry me? E-Man, do you want to be with me? And you just took charge.
Well, see, that depends.
That's what I'm talking about.
It depends on the kind of guy that you are. If you
I know that. I know
feel
it
like,
depends on the kind of guy
me,
you are.
Fuck yeah, that's the shit.
Oh, you
for
like
me.
that? You like
I
that?
love that shit.
I see,
I'm
I
like,
respect
yo,
that.
like, I don't know, man. It's just,
Yeah, I guess.
just leave it at that.
So I mean,
Yeah.
I guess my question was a little bit more around, I guess, dating, right? Because now it's a little bit more acceptable, I think, for women to kind of play what's been traditionally like a man's role of like, oh, I get a lot of girls, right? Or like bragging about your prowess. And I think that's something that's becoming more acceptable. I don't think that women are necessarily becoming more like men. I think we're all just evolving and we're a lot more accepting.
Yes.
Hey,
yes,
cool.
we're
Okay,
all.
like,
That's,
you
I
know,
like
So are
that.
you cool with that?
Of course. Hell yeah.
What the?
I'm definitely cool with that. I'm definitely.
I don't know, man.
I'm
de-
with that
I'm
shit.
de-
I
I'm definitely cool
support
with that.
whatever you feel like doing, whatever you feel like you should do that. It'll
Yeah,
make you
fuck
feel
yeah.
so good.
Make you happy.
So like the whole old school shit, like about like the girl
But see, that's-
making your plate at
No,
the
no, but
barbecue
see, look,
and bringing you your food.
Yo,
like,
that's
you
dope.
still like that at the
That's
same
dope.
time?
That's dope too, though. That's
I like that, but I don't think that talks about like gender
That
roles.
goes-
That's just
that
like
goes-
a person
that is a little bit of gender.
that's just
No,
a
but that
person that
goes to-
cares about you. Someone
It-
that brings you food.
It goes to the type of household that you're gonna be raising, or what, like, you know, your style, what you're gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, there's no right or wrong, bro. Like, who's to say? You know what I mean? Like how you're saying right now that.
I had a question, man. So let's talk about this, right?
Damn.
And I just thought about this on the fly.
Oh, dude,
Fly up,
nah.
Right? And you
Oh,
guys
shit.
both
Swap that shit.
have kids, right? You have a son, you have a daughter.
Hey.
Right? But I want to know how you guys would differentiate how you would raise if you had if you had a son and if you had a daughter.
I have both. I have a son and a daughter. What are you trying to
That's
say?
not yet, but you haven't not yet.
What do you mean not yet?
He's got a daughter.
Okay,
got a daughter, bro.
that's okay. I'm sorry.
No, but
I
what
didn't
was
think
your
about
question?
that.
though?
I didn't
What
think
was-
about that.
What was your question?
How do you raise your son different than how you raise your daughter? And for you hypothetically,
They tend to their needs depending on.
I'm talking about
needs
according
are-
to society.
According to society, nah, dog. See, that's the thing.
Okay, I'm asking.
Oh,
Answer the fucking question. Don't get all angry at me. Dude.
It's a really hard line to
Remember, I
walk.
got my ass whooped by He-Man, dude. That's what happened.
It's a really hard line to walk because on one side you want to support them doing whatever it is they want to do.
Yeah.
But on the other side there's also things that are kind of a hard no. Just as far as being appropriate for kids. So it's tough, man. I think when it comes to like raising a woman, it's a little bit different, especially for me because I'm a guy and I'm like not necessarily born knowing the struggles she's gonna go through.
Yeah.
So I'm a lot more sensitive to her. If it was a dude, I'd be like, "Yo, dog, come on, like get up, we got this," you know.
Do you think raising, since you're a guy, and I know you're a guy.
Hey, it's a lab, boys.
And since you're a guy, raising a daughter,
Oh,
do you
hell
think
yeah.
it's changed you as a
course.
person?
Of course.
How so?
One of the coolest things I think about having a daughter is that it gives me insight into like a young woman, right? Like, and I thought about it when I was having a girl, and I was like, wow, I get to raise like a young woman. Just give me this perspective into like someone. Like I can already see how she's gonna be when she's older, just by like the actions that she takes
That's
now.
cool, man. That's
And it makes me think more of like, damn, everybody came from this like little beautiful person and like just evolved into who they are today. So yeah, it gives me. I sound mad soft right now.
Hold on.
That's what happens, man.
Hold on. There's a big, I don't think there's like a big difference though. Like
What do you mean?
Like raising a boy and raising a girl. I don't feel like it's a.
Well, with the
so. I just feel like
gender roles, with the gender roles of society, right? Like, let's talk about, for example, right? If a girl is promiscuous, she's a hoe, right?
That's changing.
It's changing. Okay, so do you think that's changed the way you've raised your daughter because of that? Because of the things that are happening in society, does it change the way you raise your daughter? Does it change the way you look at your daughter? Does it change the way you treat your daughter because of what's going on in society?
It's tough,
That's what I'm
man,
asking.
because you have to say things like, "This is how it should be," but I need you to understand the world right now is like this. So, like, yeah, it's perfectly harmless what you're doing, and it's your body. But I need you to understand that the world is gonna perceive it like this, because that's where we're at right now. So it's tough, man.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean, but I still stick with it, dude. It's like no matter.
You the king of sticking with
No,
it.
dude, 'cause
I
it's
love
like,
it.
no matter
dude.
what society says, it's like I'm gonna raise her the way I'm gonna raise her, bro. And like no
That's
matter
dope.
how it
That's dope
acts
too,
or no
man.
matter how it shifts and shit, she's gonna be like, she's gonna know what's up. Like, you know what
So
I'm saying?
I guess if you're raising a son, and I'm playing devil's advocate here, but if you're raising a son, would you let him wear a dress?
Bro, if he wants to wear a dress, just fucking wear a dress. Like,
Hey!
I'm not gonna be like, don't wear a dress, you know, like, I might be like, oh, that's for girls, you're a boy, you know, like that. But if he's like, oh, I don't care, I'm gonna, I can't fucking wear it, you know?
You think,
Who gives a
hombre?
shit? That's like,
Dress up.
you know?
Come on, bro.
But that kind of, like, okay, so now you have a daughter. You don't have kids yet.
I know that. Thanks.
I'm not trying to seem like you know, I'm down with whoever, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But
Say it out, bro.
It did,
Say it out, hombre.
it seemed awkward to me, or kind of just like I didn't know how to react when I think it was Lizzie.
Your
She saw two. I think it was two girls kissing,
Okay.
Oh shit.
and she just like kind of looked, and I didn't know how to react to that. I didn't know what to tell her, or you know what I mean. So I just kind of ignored it. Just like if she had something, if she had a question, then yeah, okay, you know, like I'd answer it. But
How did you answer that question? though?
there was
That's
no
what
question though. That's the thing. Like I didn't know how to react to it. Like I don't know what to say, or if I had anything to say. You know, like it was just like there it is, like whatever, you know. But I did feel kind of weird. Has that ever happened to you since you have, you know?
That I saw something weird I had to explain?
Not necessarily had to explain, but like
It's not weird,
if you
but like,
did have to explain
outside of her
it,
normal.
yeah, like if she were to ask you.
I mean, I face challenging questions all the time of like, oh, well.
Your
you know,
daughter is smart though too. Like
she's
very,
pretty.
she's very smart, man.
She asks me questions. She's like a sleeper. She'll say stuff like, she'll start very like, oh, you know, everyone has a mommy and a daddy, right? I'm like, yeah. She's like, everybody? Yeah, for the most part. Well, you know, how come, you know, mommy and daddy don't live in the same home?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Oh,
That's
you know,
hard,
like
man.
stuff like that.
Jeez.
And then it'll lead into, okay, like, you know, well, how come so-and-so lives with so-and-so?
And I can imagine you want to answer the questions in the way that she wants to hear it too, but it's hard, right? Like
Yeah,
it's-
because it's not you can't
'Cause it's-
you can't explain it. I mean, she can't grasp.
she can't.
it,
Yeah,
you know?
she's not developed enough to
Or
understand.
who
the
knows?
concept
Maybe
of it.
we just don't know how to explain it, and they can grasp it. You know?
I think, honestly, I think that kids grasp it and they're not necessarily asking for answers. They're just kind of saying, this is how I feel. On some real shit. I think they're just more
No,
so
but I
saying,
And a
also-
lot of the time, I feel like they ask it or whatever, but like it's just like
yeah.
It goes
like
past
they,
them.
no, it doesn't go past. Like
I think they sponge it.
resonates-
I think it
It
resonates.
resonates
I
and it
think
stays,
no,
but they don't
sponge
make a
it.
big deal about
I think
it.
they
They
sponge
seem
it.
like it's not there. Like it disappeared.
bef-
But
Before you go,
whoa, what? Ready?
I'm
though?
jumping into it. I'm
Sure?
jumping into another one.
You wanna jump in?
I'm
Sure?
jumping into another one.
I had it kind of relates.
Go ahead.
We're still here.
So hold on. So I want no. Hold on. this boy, yo, get him out of here, man. No, hey, for
Before we do leave, I gotta do a story. So yeah, do you think?
Dude, all right, cool. No, I had a question. Is dude, with the whole Me Too movement, right?
Okay.
Women have been, and it just kind of relates to the things we've been talking about. Like women have been able to now stand up and have their voices be heard against all the atrocities and things that have been
Guys are
happening to
creeps.
them, right?
Guys are really creepy. Yeah.
But then at the same time, and this is kind of, I've been talking to my boy John about this, right? With the president kind of objectifying women, and that's the president of the United States, but this is the same nation that has the Me Too movement and has those same girls having the courage to stand up and speak up against what's going on against them. Do you think we're progressing as a nation in society or going down?
So I want to equate that to something that I want to equate that to something that I saw Terry Crews say, and it was about, I think, taking down statues in the South. And what he said was, you know, that's essentially a landmark and that's a trophy, right? So like them taking it down, that's a statement. But try being black and opening a business there. Yeah, they can take the statue down.
That's crazy, man.
Right?
That's
but
fucking crazy.
try going out tomorrow and getting a job. Right? So that's kind of what I think about the Me Too movement. I support it, but I also think that they're kind of feeding into it. Like, oh yeah, we really support it, but there's no change behind it. It's one thing to put up a hashtag.
It's like a
and-
venting.
What are you talking about, though? So you think the Me Too movement?
It's just
You think
because-
it's not? It's
I think-
not doing anything for?
No, not at all. I think that it is, but I think at the same time, a lot of like surface level stuff Right, I think a lot of people are getting behind it and they're not necessarily supporting, and nothing's really changing.
Like it's in a loop, fool. Like they're not going anywhere. It just seems like shit's going along, but it's not.
But see, I disagree, bro.
Okay.
Because I really do think that right now, I was talking to I got to do it like an actual deep discussion with somebody at work, right?
Hey.
And she was talking about someone that she knew that had gotten raped, right?
Wow.
And she was talking about how back in the day, like she's like, dude, you face all these excuses that you have to feel for the man, and you know, like you have to feel like you did wrong. It was your fault. You were dressed too provocative. You were just. But hold on,
dude.
and it's always blowing my mind. It's always blowing my mind. But nowadays, I feel like girls have been able to actually stand up and talk about it and actually say, I'm not the one to blame here. This is not my fucking fault. Like you see all these lawsuits with all these different powerful people now, and all these women standing up and talking. Like I don't think it was like that years ago, right? Even just a couple years ago, it wasn't like that. I feel like it actually is. We're in a time, in an era where girls can feel comfortable talking about it, and where other women will support them and not knock them down, and other men won't knock them down for having that opinion of I'm not the one to blame.
I'm just worried that people, and again, like I think that there's been a lot of growth. I'm just worried that people are hopping on board because right now it's the in thing. Like women's rights are always going to be something people are going to have to fight for. 5 years from now, if that's not the hot topic, are all those people going to be there supporting the way they are now, or is it just hopping on a hashtag?
But I just feel like it's if you just said we've seen so much growth.
Hell yeah.
So then we've already validated that hashtag.
Wait, put it out there,
because we've already had so much growth. I've already validated that hashtag. It's already good. Like we've already done that much work because that much. If one girl can feel comfortable in saying that because of the hashtag and because of what people are saying, then that's enough.
That's dope, and I think that's really cool. I just think that when it stops being that buzzword of that cool, and you know, it stops being in the limelight, there's work that still has to be done.
Yeah, it's like I feel like it's in a venting stage right now. Everybody's letting it all out, and then I think.
Well, at least we were able to do so.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a good thing, though. I mean, damn. Do you want?
I'm not.
He wants an argument. It's a fucking loud voice. We don't argue at the loud voice.
I'm sorry, y'all.
It's all good. So before we get out of here, we have a little bit of time left. We're going to San Diego, and it's going to be fucking dope. A little bit of a vacation. It's going to be super sick. So I'm going to share with you guys a story from the last time I was in San Diego. This is a 100% true story, and I'm going to try to make it
saucy.
I'm trying to make a question out of it, but. Long story short, I was in San Diego. We went to Mexico. We went to specifically, I think Tijuana, and it was a club that we're in.
Rosarito.
We went into the club. I want to say there was like around 300 to 500 people there. We were all chilling. Shit was good. We're looking around. It was me, the homie Peru. Shout out to Peru in San Diego. We'll see you very soon. It's lit. He was there. He speaks Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, right? I was chilling there, and there was this girl.
Was it just you and Peru?
There were some other people around.
Okay, you can't say the name.
There were other people in our group, but shout out to them. But there's this girl there, and I walked over to her, and I tried talking to her, but she didn't speak English. And I don't speak very much Spanish, but kind of based off our body language, we started chilling, we started dancing together, and just kind of like hanging out. And that was going on for about 5 to 10 minutes. And in my head, I was like, yo, like, this chick is really cool, but I can't speak Spanish. And I look around and I see Peru, who speaks Spanish. And I was like, yo, I gotta grab him. He's gonna translate. This is gonna be dope as fuck. Woo! I'm in this thing, right?
You in it, baby.
I grab him over and I'm like, yo, man, like, this chick's down, blah, blah, blah. Like, can you just, like, translate, introduce me or whatever? And he's like, yeah, I got you, okay? He starts talking to her. It's about 2 minutes later, he comes back to me. She's gone. And he's like, yo, man, she ain't down.
I'll give you a handshake. I can't give you a handshake.
Yo, come on. So to this day, I still haven't got an explanation from what happened. But I don't know, man. I thought she was down, man. I thought she was super down.
Explain what happened, dog.
Have you guys ever been in a situation?
Just did, bro.
Have you guys ever been in a situation where communication was a barrier for you? to where you guys didn't speak the same language?
Oh damn, that was young, bro. But, see, nah, it wasn't no love boy shit, but yeah, there's been communication barrier. Obviously,
You know
man.
what? I can't. You know what? It's just not the communication barrier you're talking about. Where we're talking about language.
I really think
can't-
that
no.
Prue was just too drunk though.
I can't say it.
He just dropped the ball. He's
But
like,
I
yo,
remember
man, I don't know, dog.
One time we were in Watsonville, and I'm not saying they weren't speaking my language because they just weren't into the same shit that I was, right? We were driving past, and this is crazy, man. Watsonville's a different place. It's a different beast sometimes.
Sometimes.
We were driving, and I loved going to Watsonville back when we were younger because I love seeing the Latinas and but Latin chicks, dude. I don't
Come on,
care,
man.
man.
We got good women. No,
Anyway,
what can I say?
I don't give a fuck, man. Shut up. Hold on. So the girl, I went out the window and I said, "What's up? What's up?" Right?
What up?
I think you were driving.
What's that?
And the girl's like, "Come back, come back."
Ooh.
So I was like, "E-man, turn the car around, turn the car around,
Whip it.
turn the car around." E-man hit the VTEC. Boom! E-man hit the VTEC, turned around, dude. Dude, the girl, she's like, "Get out of the car." This girl was demanding as fuck. But we came out. So she get out of the car. She's like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Krishan." And she's like, "What do you bang?" I was like, "Oh, shit, dude, that's what I'm talking about. Not speaking my language." Yeah. I was like, dude, no, I'm bang shit, dude. She was like, "Oh, we only go out with gangsters. We only go out with bangers, dude."
Like that.
Wow.
And then she
Hold up.
fucking put up a sign, dude. And so that was it, man. And I was like,
No crossing.
so then after that, she's like, "What do you do?" All right, well, I'm gonna go back in the car. Even hit that beat time. And I was out, man. They were speaking my language, man. That's the only language barrier.
That was fire.
I appreciate it.
That's some good shit.
That's fire.
I still want to know from Peru what this girl said, and
what I
we're gonna
meant.
try.
Where's Brew at?
We're gonna try to find
Right here.
out because we're going to San Diego and we're gonna see him. So hopefully next week I'll be back with answers on that. Anything you guys want to go over before we jump out of here?
Shit, man. Hey, you know what? Today, I had a lot of fun on this podcast.
Hey!
I had a lot of fun on this podcast. We're supposed to have guests.
Oh
you know?
shit! Yes, we're supposed to have a guest tonight. We calling out by name,
Yeah.
Julie. So sorry that we missed you. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, and we hope you get better as soon as possible.
Yeah. Hey, she definitely had some strep throat, had a fever. We wish you all the best. Get better, feel better, and we will see you when we see you.
Hey, it's a motherfucking Lab Boys. This is episode 40. You guys need to subscribe.
40.
Need to subscribe. Coffee and Hip Hop is off for a couple of weeks because there's Christmas break. But I want to thank everyone that came out to Coffee and Hip Hop and made it possible. If you want to come and see me at a show, I got a bunch coming up. Specifically January 11th at the Crate Place. It's me and a bunch of other dope artists. Check it out. Krishan, email. What do you got for these guys before we get out of here?
Yo. I see
already
you watching the video,
know.
and I know you're seeing the views, but look down. You see that red button? Hit that subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell button right next to the subscribe button. That way you get notified every time we release a video. This is Lab Boys episode 40. We out. Y'all good?
Hey, let's do it. Episode 40.
Peace.
Y'all know what it is.
Later.
No, we're not gonna use that.
But
We off?
No, we're not. We're gonna start off. Yeah, cut it. Cut it. We're wasting precious.
Fuck!